Oh, how are you? Happy week, happy day. Look at my shirt. Look at how happy that is. Isn't that fun? Welcome to this week's episode of the VibeCast with Brent Pella. It's a vibe check for the world. This week, my good buddy Jeremiah Watkins stops by. I've known Jeremiah for a while. We've crossed paths over the years a ton of times doing stand-up and other things, and most recently crossed paths at the audition week for Wild and Out, which was, they call it the workshops, I guess a couple months ago in late March, early April of 2022. Jeremiah came out. He was invited out to audition, and we talk about the process and how silly it was, and we talk about that. We talk about comedy, improv. We get into impressions. He's hilarious. He's one of the best impressionists online, in real life, anywhere that you'll see. He's so funny. He was also the voice of the Joker, the animated series recently. He did a couple episodes for Cartoon Network, and he's great. Follow him online at Jeremiah Standup. So we get into all that and so much more, baby. This week's episode, don't skip the ads because these are fun, okay? The shirt is part of the Good Vibe merch project that I just released at brentpella.com / I don't know, something. Go to brentpella.com. You can find it. It's this shirt and it's so much more. Look at how vibey this smiley face design is. Doesn't it just make you happy? It just makes me happy. This is me. This is how I try to operate at all times. It's with this type of vibe. Speaking of vibe, Vibe Rosé is out. It is out. It is rocking. We are rolling. VibeRosé.com. That's VYBROSE.com. Use promo code VIBRATE with a Y, all capital letters, VYBRATE for 30% off because shipping sucks due to inflation, and shipping wine in the summer and keeping it cold and refrigerated is pricey, unfortunately. So if you are in Texas, Florida, or Arizona, the shipping is a little high. California is also kind of high, but if you live in California, you can afford shipping. And New York coming soon. And then beyond that, the rest of the planet and galaxy and universe and multiverse. Super stoked with the reception so far for Vibe. It's a limited release, so get bottles while we have them. And ideally, we will be doing another release next spring. For now, this is a delicious rosé, and you will dig it. So VibeRosé.com. And follow Vibe Rosé on Instagram. Also brought to you by Cacao Bliss. True story, I've been using Cacao Bliss for 4 years and just started working with them in a sponsorship capacity, which is really cool because I absolutely love the product, the brand, the ethos, the mission, the purpose. It's great. It's got turmeric, MCT oil, raw cacao, which is rich, super chocolatey. You put a scoop in your morning smoothie, you put a scoop in your morning coffee, and it makes it taste better, and it makes your brain better too. Shop.earthechofoods.com/Brent for a 15% discount, and you will dig it. I guarantee it. Also, Nootopia, brought to you by Nootopia. Nootopia.com/Brent. Check out Nootropics. If you've heard of Nootropics, you're interested in Nootropics, take the survey. They do a survey online. You don't have to pay anything. It's just a couple minutes long, and it asks you questions that will help you identify what you want to improve about your cognitive function. So it'll ask you questions to ideally land on the result that, maybe you need help clearing brain fog or procrastinating less or being more creative or more focused. I took it. I took the survey, and they sent me a customized pack, and I've been taking them, and I love them. I really dig them. With a vast majority of them, I just pop a pill or two in the morning, and it replaces a morning coffee for me sometimes. And it doesn't have any crazy stuff in it. This one has ginger, black pepper, curcumin, grapefruit extract, and a couple of nootropics that I can't pronounce. Guarana. Oh, well, guarana seed is, that's good for you. I know what that is. Check it out. Nootopia.com/Brent. Read through the ingredients. Research the ingredients so that you know what you're putting in your body. And if you do, you will like what they're putting in Nootopia because it really has a significant impact. Nootopia.com/Brent. All right. That's it. Go check out the merch. Go check out the tour. BrentPella.com/shows for tour dates. I'm all over the map coming up. I don't know when this is coming out, but July 7th through 9th in DC, 14th through 16th in Richmond, Virginia. And then in between those dates, in between like the 10th and the 14th, I'm doing Atlanta and a couple places in North Carolina, Raleigh, Charlotte. And then next month in San Diego at the Laugh Factory, San Diego, downtown. Going to be huge. Got to sell that bitch out. So please come out. Tell all your friends. Those shows are going to be epic. And I'm stoked, man. It's a good time. We're having a good time. All right. And I had a great time with Jeremiah Watkins. So please enjoy this episode of the show with my good buddy, Jeremiah Watkins. I remember when I was growing up, playing basketball outdoors was my favorite. I liked playing outdoors more than I liked playing indoors. I loved playing outdoors.
Why is that? Just because of the natural elements?
Natural elements, but also like that's and one was huge.
Yeah, of course.
Remember that?
Yeah. Of course.
So and one
who made us all travel for years.
100%, like carry the ball, just like this is legal.
Yeah.
So and one was like such a massive inspiration for me growing up that like them watching Sebastian Telfair in his documentary. Did you ever see Through the Fire?
No.
Incredible documentary. And I just always wanted to play outdoors.
Yeah.
And I had a hoop right outside, so I would rather do that. And then the scratches you just showed me, I was like proud of mine back then. I had like,
I think we all were back in the day.
Yeah.
Before we were doing stuff on camera.
Yeah, for sure. Before we were like risking our career.
Yeah.
By going to the hole.
Sure.
Yeah. But it was fun, man, playing outdoor ball. And one just got a 30 for 30 too.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
I had one of those glow-in-the-dark basketballs where we would stay outside as late as we could just shooting this thing.
Yeah, dude.
It had... The only thing was it had a weird bounce to it. Like they hadn't figured out the technology just to make it glow.
Right.
Like there was like an actual light or something inside of it. You know?
Right.
What I mean?
Right. Yeah. It was a weird material too.
Right.
Yeah. It was like rubber.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, growing up playing outdoors was really fun. But now you asked if I still play or do runs at all.
Yeah.
I would be down, but only if it's like kind of people I know. Like I'm really
I get that.
timid about playing with strangers.
I
now.
even played with a group of people who I knew on Tuesday, and it always is one guy who is taking it seriously in the wrong way.
Yeah,
you know
too
what I mean?
much. Yeah.
Like I'm a very, very competitive person.
Yeah.
But I'm logical in the way where I'm like, I'm not going to be yelling in somebody's face over a call.
Right.
Over a pickup game. You know what I mean?
Not in a pickup game.
No, I'm just like, take it. I'll get the next one. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Like if you really think that you didn't foul me, like it's your
Fine.
ball. Fine.
Yeah.
But I don't call things very often.
Why are you in my
face?
face?
And my hand is stinging right now from you slapping me. But whatever. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. The comics league we played in was fun.
Yeah,
that was
a good
cool.
time.
Those were good guys.
I played in. They had a charity game through the Netflix festival that I played with Adam Ray and a couple other comics and stuff like that, and that was super fun.
Oh, that's killer.
It was just comics versus industry, so the stakes weren't high and nobody was going like crazy. But I think I might have had a double that game.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm trying to figure out how to get more involved in those games. I know it's a lot of like who's who, and I don't have a ton of industry like deep ties.
Right.
But I see these mini celebrity games pop up here and there, and they just look so fun.
They look amazing.
They look
so
Adam
fun. Ray's the king of
He's
that.
the king of that.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Who he's playing with. It's
dude, he'll get into a celebrity game with, he'll play 30 celebrity games in a year. It's like he's on tour playing in celebrity basketball games. Yeah. It's really cool. One of my dreams of all dreams is to play in the NBA celebrity game during All-Star Weekend. I know Adam played in that.
I've wanted to play a game with Justin Timberlake and some of those guys. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I just like I almost just want to be famous just so I can play in that. Like I don't even care about the fame, but just being in that game.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah,
it's pretty dope.
I would want to like D up Jack Harlow, but like overplay it.
Oh yeah,
like, way too much. Slap the floor and yell defense as he's coming up.
Of course,
or do some silly like Will Ferrell prank or something.
Yeah.
Like have a grandma start wheeling across the key halfway through the game, just tackle her, something silly like that. I think
that'd be
would
great.
Be fun. Yeah, dude. So how you been, bro? You good?
Good, dude. I've been fantastic, my friend.
Fuck yeah. We had a silly time out in Atlanta.
You could say that.
That was a silly time.
You could say that, my friend.
Did you watch the thing that they put out?
Yeah, because you know what? I was
doc?
curious. I was very curious to see how since we were improvising for like 8 hours a day. I was like, they could only show my flops the whole time. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But they luckily didn't make me look too bad. So I was like,
cool.
Did
they put some actual like jokes in there that hit?
I got like
or some moments.
I had some
moments,
more moments than the jokes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They left in like one of my jokes that worked. Like, they're like, and some of them learned from their mistakes and came back the next day. That kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it showed me like doing a good joke after I just like bombed in front of everybody. On that first day.
It was fun. We were in Atlanta, leading up to the last season of Wild 'N Out. It was us 2 plus maybe like 10 or 12 other people.
Yeah.
Kind of like vying for spots on the cast. And there were cuts each day. I wasn't a huge fan of how they did it with the whole name tag thing. I did not love how they made it into a reality show, but who knows?
Here's the thing. That is something that just on my past experiences with reality and stuff like that, I probably, knowing that it was going to be shot like that, I probably wouldn't have even throwing my name in the hat to audition because I'm very anti-reality. So when we were there and they're like, this is what's going down, and the way it was being shot, I was like, oh, this is exactly what I
don't want to be a part of. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I have no interest in that either.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a reality where I'm pranking someone, right? Or like a Sacha Baron Cohen. It's completely different.
The thing that's different about that is you're in control of the narrative.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
You're not leaving up to like having 10 questions of interviews being asked, and then they're taking and putting that in at a moment that you maybe don't like. Luckily, they didn't do that. They were kind to me with my interviews, but
good.
Yeah.
I
could have been, the edit could have made me look way
worse.
But I was like, I was fine with what it was because I was like, no, that's what happened. Like the Wild style.
Yeah.
I went for a joke that they were not into at all. It bombed really hard. I commit.
Fuck yeah, you committed.
Yeah,
it was great. Of course.
And then that was like the movie It Follows.
Yes. Oh my God.
That
hilarious.
Followed me into the next day.
It sure did.
Nobody wanted to mess with me. Dude.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
Because the first day, you saw me the first day, like people were
messing
with me. It was fun.
Yeah. No, there's something silly about. There's something funny about like gay jokes on that show specifically.
It's interesting.
It's hit or miss, I think.
I missed.
It was a miss. I thought it was funny as fuck.
Dude.
Of course, I knew what you were doing.
You knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
It was like to make people uncomfortable and go for the joke that none of those guys would have ever gone for.
Exactly.
I was like, I can do this because you're not going to ever touch this.
You're not going to do it. Right.
But they're like, no. Not only do we not do this, we don't touch that.
We don't
we
touch
don't mess
that.
with
We don't
that.
want
we
you
don't
to
want
touch
it.
it.
We don't want it rubbing off on us. We don't want any of that.
Hilarious, dude. Yeah. People can watch it at the Wild 'N Out YouTube channel. It's fucking up there.
Yeah.
I
drive more traffic to that.
Drive more traffic to that. Fast forward until you get to Jeremiah's parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every interview, I don't even know if they kept my interview segments, but every interview I did, I
watched up until they cut me, and I don't think they used any of your interviews.
Yeah, because I was messing around.
They might have later on. That's what you told me. You said that you were kind of joking around the whole time, and I think that they just chose the people who were more
taking it seriously.
Yeah,
which is fine. I didn't want to be a part of it. I said to the producer each day, I was like, hey, if y'all are going to cut me, just send me a text.
Yeah. Please
I'm not
don't.
Gonna, no. And
well, that's why I didn't react at all when I got cut.
Yeah.
I knew I just like, I laughed and I pointed and I was like,
Yeah.
Because I knew what they wanted. They wanted the emotional music to
the
swell.
Love Island
and he's
Survivor
like,
shit.
Am I
Is my career over?
Wait, what happens next? They didn't keep my answer though. They're like, so what's next for you?
And
I'm
what
like,
was your answer?
Oh, I was like, oh, I'm actually very happy with my career. I said I'm a nationally touring.
Yes.
I said I'm a nationally touring stand-up comedian.
Fuck
you
yeah.
can catch me at the major comedy clubs in LA every
Amazing.
week. I'm a paid regular at the Comedy Store.
Yep.
Luckily I've got a good podcast following and
nice.
people who support with what I do. So I said I think I'm going to be okay.
I think I'm
going
to be okay. Good.
They didn't keep that.
Of course
obviously.
not. But fuck yeah for you saying it.
Oh no, I was just like,
hell yeah.
I was just ready.
What?
I was like
my career's over now because I didn't get a show?
Well, that's the reality aspect that we both don't like that they were kind of prompting and looking for is they were like, are we going to get one of like, they either wanted me to be upset or they want to be like, you know what? I'm coming back in full force next year.
Right.
That's
That's what somebody else
said. Make them
said.
change their mind. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Of
and
course
that's fine.
Yeah.
But everybody's different.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you have a fucking killer career so that you didn't have to
you.
do that. Now, I want to ask you this because it's obviously getting cut from this show for you, I would guess, is not the biggest deal because you have so many other amazing things going on and you're just a great person. But when it comes to like, you're welcome. When it comes to like getting no's in what we do, we've both probably gotten told no.
Oh, dude.
Thousands of times.
Thousands, yeah.
Yeah. So what does this just kind of add to that? And it just does it fuel you in any way? Is it just like that was fun. I tried it.
It's a fuel for sure. My experience was so bad on the show though that I don't want anything to do with it though.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my only thing. So it fuels me in a way of like, I want to book something bigger now to kind of like be like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like that was that, you thought your thing, I thought my thing. We're both right in different ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's the only fuel that it gives me is more like, okay, on to the next one. On to the next one. That's
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about it. But yeah, I think, dude, as a stand-up, I'm used to no's every single night on stage.
Totally.
Whether it's to individual jokes or, luckily it doesn't happen as often anymore. I don't like flat out bomb like I used to.
Yeah.
I think after you become a comedian who kind of knows what they're doing, I call it gracefully bombing, where the audience knows it wasn't your night, but you are commenting on it and you're aware of it, and you can know how
be
to
entertaining and engaging.
You know how to dismount
exactly.
Yes,
yeah.
It's not like a awkward like, ooh, does he know how horrible he is right now? You know
Dude,
what I mean?
I've had some of those exact experiences recently where I'll go to a club that's let's say outside my target demographic.
Sure.
So I was just in New Jersey, playing at a comedy club that's in a hotel ballroom, like a meeting room. Totally cool. Ran by great people.
Yeah.
But summer in New Jersey in a hotel ballroom doesn't really attract the ideal amount or type of audience that I'm after. Super grateful for all 12 people who showed up to fill the room of 180. Those 12 were great. But it was either like kind of give up and mess around and like kind of fuck up through the bomb, which is what one of the openers did,
right?
Or comment on it and try to have the strength to craft some type of storyline throughout the show. And for me, that's straight up commenting on how there's no one fucking here,
right?
But I don't care because we're still gonna have a good time. I'm not mad at the people that came. You know what I mean?
I never penalize the people who actually came out.
No way. They're the ones that
who actually
deserve the
showed
gift.
For you. Yeah.
So even if their energy is going to be super low, there's not going to be this like groupthink crowd positivity mentality that sometimes happens when an audience is just really fired up. Can't happen with 12 people scattered with empty tables in between them. So for me, those types of like potential bombs are now more challenges of how can I create like a different type of show? This is like an R&B show now. You know?
Right. So I'll sometimes, when it's that small of a crowd, I'll go extra hard so they know that I'm not giving up because of the size of the crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
I'm compensating like, I'm going to give you're going to
get
the best show you're ever going to see.
Right. Yeah.
And you're going to want to tell this story years later. I was there when there was only 12 people in the crowd for Brent.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That kind of thing.
Exactly.
I was a part of that, and he knocked it out of the park with every odds against him. That's the kind of stuff that I like to do.
Yeah. I love that shit. Did you start doing stand-up in Kansas City?
No, I did it. I started in Los Angeles in 2010. So I've been doing it over 12 years now.
I started in LA too.
Yeah.
Did you like starting in LA?
I think it's very, very, very difficult to do, but if you can do that, I do think that the cream will rise. Like far as like that experience, just because it's so difficult. Like just to get up on mics, just to get people to just pay attention in the room. Where a lot of the smaller markets, the open mics are like an open mic night where there's 50 to 100
it's like a
people.
Show.
You're right. You get spoiled in those markets sometimes, but you might get confidence a little bit faster. You know what I mean? It's either way. For me, like I grew up on the stage, so confidence was never my issue, as you could see in the Wild and Out thing. I go for it. You know
fuck I mean?
But That's just me. Everybody's different. Like as far as like some people are great joke writers, but they have zero stage presence. So maybe somewhere coming up, not in LA or New York, might be better for them because they need a little bit of time to expand their performance skills.
Right.
Yeah.
You grew up on stage?
Yeah, I did.
You did like theater growing up?
Yeah, I did theater, plays, dramas, all that stuff.
Oh, killer.
Yeah.
From like what age?
I mean, from like little, like
really,
yeah, like early grade school to I kind of trailed off in towards middle school, like towards the end of middle school, and that's when I started doing more sketches and short films and like filming my own stuff and making music videos and all that kind of stuff.
Awesome. What was there like a family influence for you to be on stage, or was it like?
No, this is weird. Nobody in my family. I mean, my brother and my sister both were in the plays at school as well. So maybe I saw my brother doing it, and I was like, oh, I want to do this too. But I think we just were a family that liked enjoying
entertainment
and
cool,
making people laugh and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so,
that's awesome.
Yeah, because my mom and dad, they both have just like working class jobs and
cool.
No, like
are they?
None of my family they're in Kansas.
Kansas, cool.
Yeah, none of my family are like involved in entertainment. At all. Yeah.
Neither is mine. My mom had no idea where it came from when I wanted to start doing stuff.
Yeah, that's hard when you're starting out and even years into it on certain things, certain milestones for you that you're really excited about, and then they don't get it. They
don't get it at all.
They're being supportive, but like they're like, but you're like, no, but I got to bring up this person.
Yeah.
You know, little things that are like huge to us.
Totally.
I got bumped by this person, and then they brought me up.
Right. Yeah. I did 5 minutes at fucking the Comedy Store at 1 a.m. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff. I started out. I did plays in elementary school. They were like the school plays, but then as soon as basketball took over my life, it just straight up took over my life through high school and college.
I auditioned for, I think there's the musical Anything Goes. That's a musical, I believe.
I don't know what that was.
I got a part in it in high school. I auditioned for it and got a part in it, and then I turned it down. I think I just wanted to be like, yeah, I can make it.
Yeah, I could do this.
I can do that. You know what I mean?
This.
Like, because I was playing more sports in high school, and then eventually I got cut from the basketball team, and that's when I was like, yo, this is like all signs pointing to focus on shorts and broadcasting, and filmmaking, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that was like a big no that like pushed me in a very positive direction.
Cool.
But yeah, after that, like, yeah, it was just one of those things where sometimes it really is blessings in disguise when you're like bummed about something, and then you're like, okay, this works out.
Yeah.
This works out.
Yep.
It gives me a slightly different perspective on what I was doing before and after.
100%, dude. I broke my ankle walking onto the UCSB basketball team, and so I couldn't play. I was going to redshirt and then maybe play a 4th or a 5th year as like the 12th guy or something.
Yeah.
And that was junior year of college, right after I had transferred from Santa Cruz, which was D3, and I was super stoked. I hit a growth spurt, I gained some muscle, and then broke my ankle, forced myself into the student newspaper, which I did in high school too.
Yeah.
Became sports editor, started doing student films, and if I hadn't broken my ankle and I was still focused on basketball, I don't think I would have developed such an interest for on-camera stuff and producing shoots.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's wild.
One little turn.
One little turn.
Event.
One little leg break or dick joke can
it's wild.
Change your whole trajectory. It's wild and it's out. Yep. Jeremiah Watkins, everybody.
Brent Pella, ladies and gentlemen. We're live here on Brent Show right now.
Dude, so did you go through Groundlings too? Because all your characters are phenomenal. Everything you do.
Oh, thank you, man.
In videos and everything.
I did.
Great.
You know what? I did I did all of Second City. I interned there. I did every performance class, every music improv class.
Yeah.
And at Groundlings, I did the first 2 levels, and I was on the wait list for however long to get into Writing Lab.
Yeah.
By the time they called me for Writing Lab, my stand-up touring schedule was too busy.
Oh, wow.
Where like they're like, okay, so here's the only option is it's Thursday and Saturday every week. I was like,
no.
What? I was like, you don't have like a Monday, Wednesday? They're like, nope.
Damn.
And I tried again, and they're like, okay, we have a Monday, Wednesday. I signed up for it. I was like, awesome.
Yeah.
They canceled it on us. And they're like, okay, so now we're gonna do another Thursday, Saturday. Can you do that one? I'm like, no, I can't.
Wow.
So I was like, I really wanted to do it, but I was like, I think this is the universe telling me like, just go all in with stand up right now. Just focus, like, because I have a tendency to, I like to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you don't balance yourself, you're spreading yourself way too thin.
Way too thin.
So I think that was one of those signs where I was like, you know what? I got to focus on stand up and getting good at that and like becoming like actually a good headliner. Like, cause I was starting to basically like around that time, like when I was on the wait list, I started like featuring like really consistently for different comics and stuff on the road. And I was like, I literally can't pass up this money right now. And I'll be missing, you can only miss, I think 1 or 2 classes for the entire session.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Then they boot you.
They boot you.
Yeah.
And I was like,
quick.
I looked.
They keep your money too.
I know. I looked at my calendar. I was like, this is literally impossible. I'm gonna miss for sure. So I was like, 100%. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it fun though? Those first couple classes, those first couple levels. I know they were introductory, but did that help like inform your acting and your character building?
I think I respect the way that Groundlings does things. I think that I'm grateful that I did Second City first before going there. I think that it may have, like, by going to Second City and doing some stand-up and then going to Groundlings, like, third out of those things.
Yeah.
I think that was, for me personally, I think everybody's different. I think that is a good way of how I was shaped as a comic. I think that had I done some of those in different order, it could have been bad for me.
Yep. I get that because I did stand up in UCB before Groundlings.
Now, was it hard for you to rewire your brain into Groundlings because it's so different from like
Way
at
different.
Second City and stuff like that? Just the approach and everything like that. Was it hard for you to kind of get past that?
It was a challenge. The easy part of it was that I tend to go bigger and crazier with character stuff already, like on stage. So that was like the easy part. Now at UCB, they were saying like, yo, just kind of be more of yourself, right?
Yeah.
At Groundlings.
Like, what are you talking about? This is me.
I was like, come on, hey, Mike, come on, Mike. You know, no, cheerio. And then at Groundlings, they were like, yeah, great start, but now let's work on the fundamentals of your scene work and like the mechanisms of the shit.
This is what they told me. This is what one teacher told me at Groundlings. Because they say play everything to a 10 there.
Right.
So
yeah,
I would play everything to a 10. And he pulled me aside. He goes, Jeremiah, your 10 is not even on our scale. He goes,
hilarious.
Whatever you just did, he goes, dial it down to your 6. And I go, okay, cool.
Oh, well, what? Do you remember what it was?
Oh, I mean, they were just like, play everything to a 10.
Yeah.
I was like, I got your 10 for you.
Do you remember? Do you remember any of your like craziest bits that were just kind of like high energy and insane, or maybe like too much?
No, but I mean, speaking of, I did this audition years ago. Do you remember a show called Disaster Date?
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
It was an MTV show from back in the day.
It was like a prank,
It was
pranking
a prank
whoever's
dating
on the
show.
date. Yeah.
So basically, their friend, like unknowingly gets set up on a blind date with an unsuspecting character. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I was auditioning to be one of the character actors on that
Oh,
show.
that's cool.
It was, dude. It was
Fuck,
actually
that would be so fun.
I think Fahim was on it back in the day.
Oh, he'd be so good.
I mean, yeah. So they would set up these people to go on these dates, and they would show up. And at first, it starts off kind of low key, but then there's like maybe a quirk that they start like. They start doing like weird stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I went so big at that audition where like they're like bring in 3 characters. I was like, amazing.
Yeah.
And so like I brought in and I was like,
Hi, my name's Charlie.
Oh my god.
so I'm like,
I work at a cigarette factory.
like
I fought in Vietnam.
and like all this stuff, and they're like, this, they need to believe that this is a real person. And
Not a cartoon?
and not a cartoon.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right, whatever. Years later, the casting associate or director literally saw me at like some Hollywood event or whatever, and she goes, "Sorry, is your name Jeremiah?" I go, yeah. She goes, did you audition for a show called Disaster Date? This would have been a long time ago. I go, yeah. She goes, I never forgot your audition.
Oh my God. That's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
Damn, but you didn't get the show?
Oh, no. No.
Fuck.
But she's just like, I never forgot that.
That's
just
so funny.
Dude, because I guarantee you the other people that were coming in were so
way more
low-key.
grounded. Yeah.
It's like, hi, my name's Bill,
Hey,
and
my
you
name's
know,
Bill,
I work
yeah.
in accounting, and you know, more
Right,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
More
Yeah.
quirks than character
Less
kind of stuff.
Yes.
I was going on like I was thinking they
You're
were
a pirate.
I was thinking they were going to put me in prosthetics.
Right.
And that was
right,
going to
right.
be the prank. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, we just have different prank shows in mind. Because, dude, to be set up on a blind date with somebody who walks out with a peg leg and is like,
Yar. That's fucking insane.
I love that show.
I mean, that would be hilarious.
That show would still be on to this
Yeah,
day.
because you just keep playing it, and
Right.
they think it's real.
Yeah.
And eventually they're like, oh, shit, I guess there's no cameras here. This is real.
Right.
And you're just going on about trying to find the booty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. I had a couple characters at Groundlings that they said were just like way too much. One was for a monologue. I ran out from the back, and my shirt was all torn up, and I had fake blood and feathers all over me. And I had just murdered an owl who had been terrorizing my family. And I was coming out to tell my neighbor about it and like bragging about how I'm the Owl King now. I think the first line was like, "Ah! No more owls here!" And that was it. And then it would just go. But it started so high
Yeah,
that
where do
there's
you
really
go?
no way to heighten it.
Yeah.
And I think the owl ended up coming back alive, and somebody threw it out. It was too much. It was
Right.
too, but it was like, it was one of those things where she was like, yeah, you can probably like, that's where you want to end. You started where you want to end.
Right.
So work yourself backwards.
Did you ever
from
do that at one of the lab shows or anything like that?
It got cut. Yeah. Yeah.
But did you do like before your final? Because how many shows is it before your final lab show?
So we did, that was for like a writer's lab thing. And
Yeah.
I did another one that was like a dad at the grill. It was just like a typical, dad. And they chose that one. That's what they wanted for the show.
Well, yeah,
it was
of
something about a
course.
dad. It was some bullshit dad character.
That's the only thing about like with you have to accept when you are on somebody else's show.
Yeah.
You're playing by their rules.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's something that over the years I will fit on certain things, but sometimes I'm like, this isn't me because like it would be forcing me to do something too much that is not me.
Right.
One of the main things that they told me like when we were doing that casting workshop, when I was like, this isn't a good sign for me, is like I did something high energy and they told me to redo it, but with almost no energy. And I was like, this is literally not what I do at
That's
all.
not me. Right.
And they're like, and they started laughing at that version. I was like, this is not what I do on stage. This is not me as a person.
Yep.
And I was like, this is not a good sign.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
But
good for you for
they
knowing
have-
yourself.
But they have an idea. They have an idea what they want. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
They,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's somebody else's show. Like I
Right.
said, it's like I get that.
They're
They
looking
have
for
a
a
vision.
piece that'll fit in.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was.
And sometimes you just got too many limbs.
I got octopus limbs over here.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So what do you do for like your creative health? Like to stay like creative, mentally healthy, spiritually healthy. Do you have any practices that you do to stay fresh and not start kind of like losing yourself in a
Sure.
way? I mean, we all go through peaks and valleys with our writing and our creativity and whether it's a bit or a video. But do you have any practices that you kind of implement to stay on top of yourself?
I think one of the biggest grounding factors, and first was like just my relationship with my wife is a huge grounding factor of just being with someone who understands what I'm going through, but isn't trying to do it herself. And she is a great checks and balances for me as far as like, she'll just tell me flat out, like, you got to chill.
Yeah.
You know, you need to take a break kind of thing. And then I have a son now, which that's another really grounding factor where it's like when I play with him and I'm just, it's just an audience of one.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
it's just he and I locked in together.
Yeah.
Whether it's, he's got a little basketball goal now that we're shooting or whatever. Or he's obsessed with garbage trucks right now, taking
Cool.
him out to look at garbage trucks. that kind of stuff, the family stuff for me is something that helps ground me and reset me tremendously. And then stuff like basketball, and I love playing pool, just stuff that has nothing to do with comedy, just to kind of clear my mind.
Yep.
And then I definitely like pray at the end of the night and that kind of thing. I consider myself like a spiritual person.
Do you pray? Did you grow up religious?
Yeah, very religious.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Christian, Catholic, Christian.
Yeah.
Cool. And do you still go to church?
So that's why I say I'm spiritual, because if I was a devout, you know
Christian,
what I mean? Like I would be reading the Bible, I'd be going to church, and I'm very LA about that now, where I'm like,
sure,
I believe in God still.
Yeah.
I still pray to him, but I don't go down the list of the check marks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you feel like your son will grow up kind of with that mentality more so than?
I'm going to be way more hands off with what he decides to believe.
Cool.
Because I'm grateful for my upbringing, but it was very strict. You know what I mean? Like it was like I was forced to go to church at times when I didn't want to, and that's you don't want to be there. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I don't want to do that ever, where I'm forcing something upon my kid that I'm like, I don't want to go to this thing. I'm not, because we would go like 3 times a week. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah.
So like, by the time Sunday night rolled around, I'm like, can we not
go
do
back
this,
to
or
church?
can we sleep in on Sunday?
Yeah.
Like. So
what time were you waking up for church?
8 or 9 a.m. on Sundays. So as a kid, like, you know,
I don't think God wants
you just
that.
want to,
God wants you to sleep in.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you rationalize in your brain. You know, my God, he's chill. He's
my
a chill
God's
God.
chill.
You know what I mean, dude?
My God is down for Sunday morning cartoons.
My God lets me sleep in.
What if God was chill? What would he be? He would wear beaded bracelets for sure.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
He would think mushrooms
probably
are
a
super
crystal
chill.
right around the
Absolutely
neck.
have a crystal.
Yeah.
Himalayan salt lamp in every room.
He'd probably have a Tamagotchi like on a belt loop.
Oh, so cool, dude.
Right?
So sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would have definitely an original Pikachu card.
Oh, of course.
In the laminate folder binder thing.
Oh, yeah.
And he would have a $100 gift card to the Scholastic Book Fair that he's going to share with his boys because he's super cool like that.
Right. Well, he's got a lot of wisdom he's got to pass on, so
yeah.
Bible's for everybody.
Bible's
on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. The family aspect is really cool. Your wife doesn't work in entertainment?
No, she's a social and emotional learning specialist at a charter school where she teaches kids on and off the spectrum improv to help with their social skills.
Whoa! Improv specifically.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Specifically improv. And we met at the Second City.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, okay, she understands the world, and
Yeah.
she's outside of the world.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. She's definitely grounds me like 1,000%.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Because, one of the biggest things I struggle with is the self-questioning, self-doubt, just constantly.
I mean,
I think
it's so funny. Like, I called my wife right after that Wild and Out night, and I go, I think I'm gonna get cut over one joke I told.
Yeah.
I called her. I was like, I think this is gonna happen. I said, we'll see if I can delete how they looked at me that first day.
Mm-hmm.
But the second day, I said something else, and I go, I literally asked one of the producers, like, why are you looking at me like that? He goes, because I can't trust what you're about to say coming out of your mouth. And I go, oh, I'm gone.
Yeah.
You can't trust me on the second day? You're giving me no slack here?
Yeah.
You're not pulling me aside and saying, hey, you're a professional comic that can take notes. This is a big note. Don't do what you did yesterday.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the only thing about like that was like stressed in the workshop, but like, this is about respect. I was like, I'm asking for a little bit of respect back by you giving me a constructive note, just being like, hey, that thing that you did, don't go anywhere near that. That wasn't funny to us. You're going to get cut if you do that, but it's more like, oh, he has leprosy now.
Right.
He's unaware. And
Yeah,
I'm aware
that. Yeah.
that you guys hated that.
Yeah. You're over a decade in comedy.
I get it.
You understand. Yeah.
I didn't come straight from TikTok. Right.
Right. All the TikTokers got cut. They all got cut.
Yeah, but they stayed longer than your boy.
That's okay. They didn't take a risk, dude.
Hey, I'm all about risk, baby.
All about risk, dude. Are you big on the TikToks? Are you doing a lot of TikTok stuff lately?
I'm trying to get more into it because, people who do well on TikTok, they do move tickets on the road and stuff.
It's crazy. I'm trying.
It's a different
I'm trying,
game, dude.
It's so different. You
Yeah.
know, I grew up. We're similar in age.
Yeah.
So we're similar in probably our influences that we had growing up. For me, it was growing up with a single mom watching SNL every weekend.
Yeah, man.
In the era of Will Ferrell. So, like, she got me into Chris Farley and Jim Carrey right away.
Yeah.
But I was locked into SNL when Will Ferrell was in his prime on
Sure.
that show, like late '90s, and I was growing
And
up.
you know, like, he was very hated his first
he
couple
was.
seasons.
Yeah.
People didn't get his humor at all.
No. Do you remember the sketch? Or you're probably an SNL nerd, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So do you remember the sketch where he's the office boss and he keeps being like super violent toward people in the office? If not, I'm going to show it to you after.
Yeah,
this
I'm
episode.
trying to. Yeah.
So he comes out, and every time somebody does something like slightly wrong,
Does
he
he-
explodes.
Oh, I can't
So
remember if I've seen this or not.
there was one where somebody like printed out a document wrong. It was Chris Kattan or something. He's like,
Yeah.
sorry about that. I'll go print it again. And Will Ferrell goes like, oh, no worries. I just didn't know you were so absolutely fucking terrible at your job. And then he just like builds and builds. And there's a line where it was
I think I
oh
remember this
man,
now.
I think Parnell said something to him, and Will Ferrell just explodes, and he goes like, "What? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm this close to raping you!" And it made air. That was like in the sketch,
Yeah.
and at the time, it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
You'll never see a joke like that
No.
on air again now. But that's the type of like huge, crazy energy that really
I know.
inspired me. And then after that was the Lonely Island guys and all
course.
the like short form digital sketches that they did. And all of that got like ingrained in me in a way
Sure.
that now it's like hard for me to think of a 60-second TikTok. And
You know-
I'm really trying to change.
You know the hardest thing,
my thought
and
process.
honestly, I don't. One thing that's going on right now with the short form that I actually don't think is good for stand-up is you're getting a payoff in under 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Some people can do that with one-liners or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you have to cut the crap out of your video to fit that in like a reel or a TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the art form of stand-up.
Right.
Like a lot of the stuff that like I film most of my sets. There's like a lot of great moments over the weekend that happen that are like improvised or riffing off of something with the crowd. But like it's a 3 to 4 minute thing. It's a piece.
Yeah,
It's not
it's a
just like
scene.
you need context.
Right.
And it's really the difference is what I've been trying to learn over the years of doing this is like how can you create context for something in a short amount of time to fit into 60 seconds when it was in actuality something that was
Minutes.
twice and
Yeah.
it was minutes as long. So it's a weird game.
It's weird. It's really tough. Especially, but you see these stand-up clips just exploding.
I know.
They're exploding. And
Yeah.
so now I'm starting to tape all my sets too. And I'm starting to do more crowd work because I don't want to burn a ton of material yet.
I know. That's
the other part of it.
That's another weird thing about like with social media is now people are doing crowd, like there's so many comics who are doing crowd work as clips now where like it's eventually or maybe already is oversaturated where,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where online, like in the feed, like a couple years ago when I would post clips, people would be excited to see crowd work because there wasn't many comics posting that kind of stuff.
Right. Sure.
So now it's like there's so many comics posting it where I'm like, oh, I got to get to these jokes fast or
Fast. Yeah.
scrolling
Yeah.
on to the next one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Totally.
crazy.
It's crazy. So crowd work is big, and then like location specific jokes. If I'm in a new city, I'm trying to do that. I feel like it's almost like writing a single for a musician. If you can write a 60-second bit about like wherever the new city is that you're at that week that you're not going to do in all your sets, and you can put that out, that feels a little unique to me. So I'm trying to do that more too. I'm trying to blend it into the bigger content
into
universe,
that feed,
dude.
that content machine.
Content
that is
machine,
Brent Pella.
dude. Yeah, dude. What about your impression game, bro? You do so many impressions.
I do a decent amount of impressions.
It's really
yeah.
fun to see your impressions.
Yeah,
Who-
you got some great ones.
Mine are fun. It's a good time. Who are the ones you've been doing lately that you really dig?
You know, one that is just so like it's so dumb that like that I stumbled upon that somebody's like, do you do an Adrian Brody? And it's literally because I have a huge nose.
Hilarious.
But I'm like, I should.
Absolutely.
I should have that in my back pocket.
Have you been doing it?
I've been working on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Where he very much just talks like this, where it's almost just very nasally. Have you seen Winning Time? Have you seen that show?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to win.
That's good.
You know, it's that
Speaking
kind
of Winning Time, I've been trying to do John C. Reilly lately.
Hey, man.
Yeah, for sure.
What, you guys going out tonight?
It makes me laugh. His voice is just so like,
He's always kind of talking like kind of in here.
Oh yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. Where?
Hey,
You guys, you gotta go to tip off, and then we're gonna go to steakhouse after.
Have you seen Winning Time?
I've seen the
Dude,
first couple episodes. Yeah,
Dr. Buss, man, he is such a good character in that.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's probably exactly how he was too.
right.
Yeah,
I mean, I love like doing a lot of Harry Potter stuff. There's a lot of like
a lot of Harry Potter stuff. Dude, I love
mean,
Harry Potter, bro.
Yeah,
What Harry Potter stuff are you doing?
I
Just
mean,
silly stuff.
I have like a Snape impression that I do and different stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
It's like,
Very good to be here, Brent Pella, on your show. Fantastic, isn't it? Looking outside the window, I realize it's much more bright than I'd like it to be. Wouldn't you say that?
Oh yeah, it feels like it's pretty hot outside.
Mr. Riley, I suppose. What house have you been sorted into?
I was thinking about going to the House of Pancakes later. They got a good brunch buffet.
That is not a house at Hogwarts.
I don't know. Hey, Will, you know this guy? Come on. Who's this guy with the hair? He's got grease coming out of his nostrils. He's got greasy nostrils.
Hello there, boy.
Voldemort.
Lord Voldemort.
Dude, Harry Potter was my childhood.
oh yeah, it was
That
a lot
was
of our
so my childhood. I'm
Yeah.
trying to write a video right now that's like how bros talk about Harry Potter. And they're just all broing out about it.
Oh yeah,
Those are fun to do.
yeah.
Yeah, I love Harry Potter. What
You Hufflepuff? What are you, bro?
You Hufflepuff, dude?
What do you, hey,
I'm not a fucking Hufflepuff, dude. Yeah,
Hey.
right, dude.
hey, I don't identify as Hufflepuff, even though
No,
that's
bro.
what the sorting hat put me into, dude.
No, bro, I'm not. You can put me in Hufflepuff, bro. But I'm Ravenclaw until I die, dude.
Okay,
Hell yeah, dude.
straight up.
I got freaking claws, bro. I'll claw your ass right now, dude.
I mean, I don't think that's a constituent of like being a part of Ravenclaw,
Bro,
but I
don't
respect
use
it, dude.
words that don't exist with me, dude. You can't
I
just
mean-
make up freaking words like
man.
constituent.
Oh yeah, it's a constitutional right, dude.
Dude, a confrontational
Confrontational right.
Yeah, it's confrontational,
Yeah, it's
right?
a confrontational right for us.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm down for confrontations, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree then, dude.
Okay, cool.
I'm freaking blast your ass with a wand, bro.
Okay, and I expect you to.
Blast your ass without a wand, bro.
Okay, great.
Shit.
I'll levitate you right now.
Sounds good, bro.
Wingardium Leviosa, bro.
Hey, don't be directing spells at me,
No,
dog.
I'm just saying, dude.
Nah, dog.
Avocadava, you're freaking dead, dude.
Avocado, dude?
Yeah.
Avocado.
Avocado all day,
your
dude.
ass right now,
yeah,
dude.
I'll eat avocado out of your
Avocado
ass right
toast,
now,
dude.
Yeah. that's
Whoa,
right.
hey, bro.
Wait, what?
Yeah, maybe we should write that shit. Yeah, it's hilarious. What other impressions are you doing lately? And I ask that because I see a lot of people online. Impressions are huge online now. Like anybody, there's random
that's the
kids
thing, like,
doing
I
impressions.
I never post impressions, and maybe I should be. It's one of those things where maybe I should just be randomly trying to post that kind of stuff and seeing what takes off. It's like it's such a giant dartboard on TikTok and Instagram.
So
where
huge.
You're just like,
you just throw some
maybe
shit and
this
see
works.
what happens. Yeah.
There's a band. There's a newer one. Måneskin. Do you know that band? It's like
You got a monoskin.
I'm begging. No, that's all. Let me hear. I'm begging you.
Oh yeah.
To put your loving hands out, baby.
Yeah.
I wanna be your slave. I wanna be your master.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the new pop punk.
Yeah, that screaming kind of.
Yeah, angsty, like begging.
Begging you.
Yeah. Yeah, because I see so many people just throwing up these impressions that'll just go crazy mad viral.
Right.
And I feel like I need to start doing that too, because I don't put out a ton. All my stuff is like, I gotta get a cameraman over here. We gotta edit it, but I think I gotta start. And I think maybe you too, just
I'm
selfie style.
Yeah, I'm all about kind of highly produced stuff, and I'm like, maybe that's not.
I don't think it's working anymore.
It's crazy.
I gotta like
because all your stuff is very well edited. It's very well cut and everything, and like then I see something like I'll sometimes throw up an Instagram reel. No captions, no whatever. It's me just being stupid, and it gets as much as a sketch that I spent hours on
and
producing
money.
and like money and different stuff like that. Where I'm like, maybe it's just moving in a different way.
Maybe you could just get the idea across as simply as possible.
Yeah,
and that's what's starting to hit.
Yeah.
Because I see these people doing like the Joe Biden impressions, the Trump impressions are still super popular from kids that aren't comedians.
I still feel like I have one of the better Trump impressions, and I know that
you do have a good Trump.
I know it's one.
A lot
of
people
things.
do Trump, but yours is up there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But you've got a good Biden though.
Thanks, bro. My Biden.
I like your Biden.
My Biden started Southern for some reason. Like the first time I ever did Biden, he had this like, it was kind of Southern. He was almost in here.
Right.
So I had to like tweak it.
Yeah.
And then I saw James Austin Johnson's Biden on SNL. He does a great Biden.
Yeah.
Austin Nasso does a really good Biden too.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm like fourth in line as far as Biden's go.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's, Dana Carvey said something about doing a Joe Biden impression, because when I was first starting to try and work on a Biden, I didn't want to like be too mean, because I know he has a speech impediment. He has a stutter. He has like an actual stutter. But also you can't skip that if it's part of the person.
It's part of their.
It's who they are. Fiber, it's part of their. Yeah, it is their energy. It's their DNA. So. That was fun. I did this video called Joe Biden Loves Sandwiches, and it was like this trippy kind of Tim and Eric style edit of him just talking about sandwiches. I love it. We get a sandwich for everybody. If you like to put potatoes on your sandwich, I'll call my turtle friend. He'll come get you a little turtle.
What kind of sandwiches are we talking?
Hey, it doesn't matter. You want a sandwich? I'll put a sandwich in between two pieces of bread.
I would love to hear what kind of sandwiches we're talking about.
Well, it depends. If you want a sandwich, you're going to build sandwiches better. We're going to take two pieces of bread. We're going to go out there, pick us some blueberries, say, hey, Mr. TV Time.
What about peanut butter pickle? Have you heard it? It's a good one.
Peanut butter, come on, man. Peanut butter and pickles. Nobody.
It's one of the good ones, okay?
That can't be good. If that was good, one day my daddy sat me down. He said, Joey, one day you're going to grow up, you're going to meet a man named Corn Pop. You're going to give peanut butter tickle time. And he's going to smell real good.
Listen, I can't understand a word you're saying, Joe. I know you're putting syllables back and forth or putting different words together. I just don't understand it.
Syllables. This is syllable time. You get some piece of salami, put a piece of salami on top, you make that into a sandwich. You got a nice Scrabble sandwich. It's delicious. It's delicious.
I feel like my Trump's a little bit off today, actually.
That was a good Trump.
It's all right.
I think the Trump. What other impressions do you enjoy doing that you feel like aren't really like being done as much? Do you have any that you've been trying to think of lately?
I think I have a knack for music impressions. If you threw a handful of bands at me, I would be curious if I could.
Oh, let's do it. You want to do
let
Will's
me-
impressions for bands?
Ooh, I'm really putting myself on the spot here, but yeah,
I'll do some popular ones.
We'll
start
see.
easy. We'll start easy. Aerosmith? Is that an easy one or is that a hard one? I'll just keep going until you.
Let me think of a good Aerosmith song.
All right.
Yeah, skip Aerosmith.
Okay. Who else would be a fun one to? Limp Bizkit? You do Fred Durst? I forget. I haven't heard Fred Durst in a while.
It's like I did it. It's like it's.
I did it all for that again.
Yeah.
And when did one go?
That kind of like.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like essence of like.
Yeah. And when
Don't you want
and when
just one more try and I'll be history. Good night. Missing me.
That's good. Yeah, that's funny. What about Who else is fun? I mean, my favorites growing up were like Linkin Park, Sum 41, Papa
Tired
Roach.
of being what you want me to be, feeling so faithless. I'm not intentional. Yeah.
There was always that whispering back then. They had like a whisper yell. It was like,
It was.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like like you trying to be quiet, but also really angry at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
In the end, it doesn't even matter. I tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it doesn't even matter.
See, that's good. You can sing, right?
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
you trained? Are you trained? A classically trained singer at all?
Not classically, but like
You took lessons?
just choir and different stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But
So
you
that-
know how to hit a note.
Yeah, that's why like I can get in the range of a lot of like bands and stuff like that because
Yeah.
it's the music halfway meeting the impression. Do you know what I mean?
Yep, totally.
Like,
totally.
so-
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I never took a music improv class, but I always kind of wanted to because it looks
They're
so
super
fun.
fun. They're
so
super
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very different from battle rap though. I'm just
Yeah.
I've never done that and that was definitely my weakest part.
Battle rap is weird. It's you know, the musical improv stuff that I grew up with was Wayne Brady and Who's Line. Of
course.
I mean, those guys are gods, right?
Oh yeah.
And
Did you ever audition for the like one of any of the reboots or anything like that of Who's
I
Who's
wasn't
Line?
repped, so I think I just cold submitted and never heard back. I might have
Yeah.
seen it on like a Facebook post or something.
I did an improv thing with Wayne Brady was in the room and there's some
Wow.
other people
Yeah.
and I like it was one of those rare auditions where usually they're like, okay, well, we'll let you know kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
They said wait outside, me and 3 other people.
Yeah.
They're like, wait outside and we'll let you know.
Whoa.
And they looked at the other people. They go, okay, you guys can stay. And they looked at me and they go, you're going home right now. I go,
Oh,
thank you.
Jeez, that's so rude.
I'll take it.
Oh man.
I will take that
yeah,
over
rather
the
than
not
waiting
knowing.
8 hours or a day or 2 days.
I literally was like,
yeah.
well, I know I didn't get that. And
Right.
I
Okay.
can move on. I can move on.
That's actually a good point.
I prefer
Yeah,
it,
that's a good point.
even though I think that most people, I think a lot of people out here would have been like, just give me another shot. Like,
Right,
what
right,
do I
right.
need to, like, where it becomes awkward? Like, geez, like,
yeah.
listen, we're just going in a different direction. It's like,
Yeah.
I was like, sweet, all right.
Bye.
Continued on with it. Yeah.
The Jeremiah theme song plays
Yeah.
as you walk out.
Yeah, exactly.
On to the next thing.
Here we go.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Battle rap is really fucking weird. It is.
Yeah.
I had seen some battle rap before I got on the show.
Yeah.
And then I kind of fell in love with watching battle rap. It's just really fun to like watch on there's like leagues.
no, it's-
there's
yeah.
full leagues and they're really creative.
I have a good friend who's a battle rapper. His name's
cool.
His name's A Ward. Shout out to A Ward.
Oh, I know who that is. I've seen
Yeah.
his highlights. Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's really
Yeah,
good.
he is really good.
Yeah.
I actually need somebody for a sketch that's a battle rapper. I wonder if he would be interested.
If he's in LA,
I know he's a
can-
big guy.
Yeah.
Where's he based out of?
Kansas City.
He's in Kansas.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, so I started watching it and we ended up having this massive battle on the show this past season.
Oh, cool.
And it was me, Kosha, who made the show that we met
Yeah.
at the thing. The showrunner teamed us up against Hitman and Conceited.
Ooh.
Yeah, so the night before the episode, he was like, "Yo, we were all at the bar. Everybody goes to the bar to decompress every night. So it's like 12 a.m. midnight. We're at the bar having some drinks. We have a taping the next afternoon." And he goes, "Hey, I want you two against Conceited and Hitman. And if y'all win, I'm going to give you this much money." And he put money on it. He put $500 on it for each of us.
Wow.
And we stayed up until 4 a.m. writing.
Yeah, of
And
course.
then we taped the next day. And it was like, dude, the energy of like an actual battle, the way that Charlie Clips came out and he set it up, but the cameras are rolling. And the way Wild 'N Out shoots, there's no retakes.
Yeah.
It's straight through. It's
Yeah.
a live taping. So there's no resets. Let's do it again. If you don't deliver, the cameras captured it. So they're either going
Yeah.
to use it and you fucked up or you're cut. Right? So the way that the battle went, everybody knew it was a one take thing. Charlie Clips pulled us out. And the energy was like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The room was packed with people. and it was just different. It was like almost like a fight audience in a way, like a boxing audience where everybody was just reacting to punchlines.
That's what the energy was like for Roast Battle. I was part of,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
a part of
yeah.
that show for years, and dude, it was as close to a rap battle
Totally.
rappers said when they came and did that show. They're like, this is the closest thing that's not battle rapping
Yes.
to what I feel like when I'm
That
battling.
is the perfect description, dude. I didn't even think of
That's
that.
comedy's rap battle for
Yeah,
sure.
I haven't been to a roast battle
Yeah.
since before COVID.
Yeah.
But man, I used to go to those and see you guys
Yeah.
doing the wave and
Yeah.
all the other characters that are part of that show. That was my favorite fucking show in LA.
Yeah.
I was always really scared to do it because I'm not
yeah.
like a roast
Dude,
comic.
I didn't do it. I
You never did
I
it?
love doing the antics. You know
Yeah,
what I
the
mean?
antics were so fun, and it was. I love watching people deliver roast jokes because when you deliver a really good roast joke, it's like, ooh,
It
my
hits hard.
God, that's
Yeah.
fucking dope. So it's actually one of my favorite styles to watch.
So how did it end up going?
So the battle went great. It was great. It was like in the room. I don't want to ruin it. Well, fuck it, I'll ruin it. In the room. Actually, I'm not going to ruin it because it's coming out in late July, so they can watch the episode.
That's
I'll tell
coming
you
up
after.
soon. Yeah.
And afterwards, it went great. I nailed all my lines. Kosha might have messed up one or two. I actually messed up one. It was a little hesitant, but it was that feeling of like it was like. I remember the first time I performed in front of like 800 people doing stand up, and I like flubbed a line a little bit. And I remember that feeling, and I did it again here during the battle, and immediately I was like, nah, fuck that. And I like doubled down on my energy, and I ended up just coming off like super fucking aggressive.
Yeah.
But in like a character way, because
Yeah,
I'm
of
not
course.
an aggressive guy,
Right.
you know? So
I'm not
I'm not an aggressive guy. So I kind of like played up that fucking character of a battle rapper, and their punchlines were like a wave of a reaction coming over. And at the end, showrunner came up and he asked Charlie who won, because they called it for the other guys on the actual episode. But Charlie was like, to be completely honest, that's a split decision. And I was like, what? And a couple other people were like, yeah, I don't know. And one person was like, I give it to them. The other guy was like, no, I'll give it to them. They definitely took it.
Yeah.
And it was like split, which I was stoked about.
Well,
'cause
yeah.
These are two
Come
of
on,
the
juggernauts.
greatest battle rappers of all time. And I'm
Wow.
idiot. I'm a clown delivering
Comic who happens to rap.
punchlines. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was really fun. It was a cool experience.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But battle rapping is it's a crazy
It's a
crazy
crazy
sport.
world.
Yeah. Is roast battle still happening in LA anywhere?
They're still doing it. Yeah.
Cool.
yeah.
At the store?
Yeah, the Wave is no longer part of it, but they still do it weekly, and they just announced like a roast battle league that's like across
cool.
continents now. So
Wow.
it's pretty cool.
Is the Wave not part of it because y'all got too busy, or was it?
Yeah,
part
it
of-
was time. We also like the way I look at things is I like to not overstay. I like things to be appreciated when I'm a part of something and know when to move on.
Cool.
I didn't want to be the guys who, because roast battle's been going on a long time now, that where it's just like, oh, and those guys in the corner, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It was a treat when we were on it every week.
Totally.
Because
that-
we brought so much like energy and ideas and stuff to it. But like, I never wanted it to be like where it became like those guys just keep showing up every week.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you could probably come back as a special guest, and it's even more fun, right?
Yeah, no.
If you ever wanted to.
If we wanted to, I think that it would be special for the three
For
of
a
us
big
to
event.
come back. And,
Yeah. Who was it? It was you, Jamar,
and Willie Hunter.
Willie
Yeah,
Hunter.
Jamar
That's
Neighbors
right.
and Willie
Yeah.
Hunter.
Jamar Neighbors is insane.
I know.
He's so
He just
funny.
recorded a special that I'm really excited that.
Oh, cool.
That will hopefully be out a little bit later this year.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Isn't it cool? It's cool seeing friends do cool shit.
Yeah.
Like I have friends that are popping right now. Morgan J
Yeah.
just did this huge commercial thing.
Yeah.
I was so stoked to see that. My
He's
buddy
awesome.
Kyrie a couple years ago did Fallon.
Irving?
DJ
Oh, cool.
Demers.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
Kyrie Irving.
Nice.
Yeah, the Flat
Congrats,
Earther.
man. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a round earther?
Yeah, for the most
Oh,
part.
that's weird.
Yeah, right.
But that's okay. We'll cut that out of this part of the episode.
It's all good. We'll cut it right back in.
We'll cut it right back in.
Yeah.
But it's really fun seeing people that I like do good things. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like when you
absolutely.
got the Joker role, that was really cool to
That
see.
was fun, man.
That was really cool.
cool.
So that was a voiceover for the Joker cartoon.
It's this cartoon called DC Superhero Girls. And it's on Cartoon Network, and it was one of the rare auditions I get. A lot of the auditions I get are because somebody's seen me or they know me, and they're like, "Hey, I think you'd be good for this. Come in for this."
Yeah.
But this one was a blind audition that my voiceover agent just sent me. That I literally reread it about 10 times. I was like, "This is not for the actual Joker that I know. Do you know what I'm
Right,
talking
right,
about? I kept
right.
looking for in the breakdown. I'm like, and then I read it enough times. I'm like, this is for the freaking
This is for
Joker.
the fucking Joker. Yeah. Yeah.
And I auditioned and didn't hear anything for a while. And then my agent called me out of the blue and said, hey, it's down to you and one other guy.
Wow.
And well, we'll let you know kind of thing. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, this is like, there was a small window of time where I was like, this is a little bit painful. Just me knowing that I even got close.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, they hit me up and then they're like, hey, you're recording on this date. And it was during the pandemic. I recorded in my apartment. Like,
wow.
Like I asked my wife, I was like, can I kind of take over our bedroom?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, I'm like, we're doing like
To be this
a few hour
studio.
session. Yeah.
And this is after you booked the role, right? This isn't for the follow up, the callback.
No, there wasn't a callback. It was just a straight.
Oh,
like,
so they said it's between you and two other guys, and then you didn't have to do a callback. They just
No.
ended up choosing from
Yeah.
that. Wow.
Yeah.
And then you got it.
and then I got it.
Insane.
And then recorded from home.
So are you watching the animation trying to match the lips, or are you recording it straight?
No, so the way that they do it, which is kind of cool about what they did with my version of the Joker, is so they animate after you do the voice for it. Which,
Oh, wow. Cool.
Which is pretty standard. I think that our generation thinks that things get animated like that.
Yeah.
Based off the movie Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh.
There's a scene where Robin Williams is matching the bird and the cat and the different things.
Yes.
I think that our generation, I thought that for years until I started doing more sessions and being involved in the voiceover world.
Yeah.
I thought that was the way it was done.
So did I.
It's not.
It's not.
It's the opposite.
Is it a mix, or is it just the opposite?
So I can't speak for all animation, but what they did is they take the performance and then they animate the performance. So what's cool about that is I think that the animators were kind to me because I think my Joker has hints of looking like me because the nose is way bigger than other Jokers of the Joker. Do you know what I mean?
Joker
It's a
canon?
longer
Sure.
nose. I'm like, I think they give me a little bit of a
That's
head nod.
funny.
They looked at my headshot
Yeah,
and were
yeah.
like, we're going to give this guy a little bit of something.
That's really cool. Well, then that's cool too, because if you're doing the performance prior to the animation, you can almost, well, it's not even almost, you're acting even more than you're a voiceover artist. Like you're bringing life and movement and like intention into the character.
Yeah, the director who ran the session, he would have me do multiple takes where he would want me to do one like on the lower scale, mid, and then he's like, now go crazy on this one.
Awesome.
And a handful of my crazy ones made it into the episode because I remember like doing the session. I'm like, I don't know, that was pretty big. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then those were some of the takes that they ended up using. That was
Wow,
pretty cool.
that's so cool. So
Yeah.
is that streaming now?
It's on Cartoon Network, probably in their app. It's supposed to go to Netflix eventually. I don't know when it goes to Netflix.
What's the title again?
DC Superhero Girls, and I
DC
did 2 episodes
Superhero
on there.
Cool.
It's called Nightmare in Gotham. It's a 2-part guest episode that I did where
Awesome.
the Joker takes over Gotham City.
God, that's so cool, dude.
Yeah.
You're one of the Jokers now.
Yeah,
Like that's insane. That's actually fucking crazy.
It's pretty cool.
There's less than 10 Jokers, right? Of all time? Is there
No,
around
you know what? Somebody who is because there's the super fans of the DC universe. Somebody
Yeah.
tagged me in a video of the animated Joker since the 1950s or whatever, and it's pretty interesting to see. They like were very like meticulous, and they went through, and there's a decent amount over the years, but there's like. I just have to send you the video. It's a bunch of Jokers. Like some people are like stuck with the role where they kept recasting them, like the Mark Hamills and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, there's a handful of guys who did only a couple episodes here and there, which a lot of people don't know about. It's kind of interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Right on.
Yeah.
That's really sweet, dude.
Yeah.
I'm stoked for you on that. Cool. Well, what else are you looking forward to coming up in your life right now? You got cool stuff that you're working on?
Always.
Always.
Scissor Bros, Jeremiah Wonders. I'm really excited about my Stand Up on the Spot series that I've been dropping.
Yeah, that show is rad too.
Yeah. You go up with no prepared material as a comedian and you ask the audience for suggestions, and then the audience yells stuff out, and then you have to create stand up on the spot.
That's
and
really cool.
I've been doing that show since 2010 around LA. So I finally have been filming them recently and doing it at the Comedy Store, and we're about to release one from New York that I went out there and shot with Mark Normand, Ari Shaffir, Kevin Ryan, H. Foley, and Giannis Papas. So it's
wow.
like a really stacked
dude, that's
lineup.
gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big one, I think.
Where's that gonna come out on?
YouTube.com/Jeremiah Watkins, baby.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Go subscribe, bro.
Yeah.
Very
Tell me, baby, what's your story? That's one of my favorites.
That's really good. That was really
good.
good too.
Yeah. Where you come from and where you want to stay this time on.
There's a new band out right now that I think is like the new pop punk. They're called The Score. Do you know The Score?
I actually don't know The Score.
So I was watching a Michael Bay movie recently, which was full of explosions and nothing else. And one of the big like title tracks, I Googled the lyrics and I found this band called The Score, and it just everything about them screams like Papa Roach from 15 years ago.
Okay.
So I think the kids have a new angst band to follow.
This is like a newer feeling, but I always feel kind of awkward talking about the Joker. But then, like, if I don't do the impression, are people like, "How come he didn't do it?" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where, like, I'll be introduced on stage because it's probably my favorite thing that I've done yet as far as like entertainment stuff goes, just because I grew up on the Batman animated series.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So like Mark Hamill's my favorite Joker. Like
Wow.
of all
Yeah.
the Jokers, like even with Heath Ledger and everything.
Did you take most of the inspiration for this from Mark Hamill?
I think, in my opinion, as far as like a fan of the franchise, I think that everybody who has done the Joker since Mark Hamill is at least paying homage to him in some way.
Cool.
And then finding their own little nuances like amongst it.
Yeah.
So I felt like mine is definitely for sure paying homage to Mark Hamill, but like mine's a little bit more whimsical in parts, so like that. So.
Oh, that's fun. You do the Joker, I'll do Batman, and this will be how we go out.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah. Here
All
we go.
Oh my. So these are the playmates I've been hearing so much about.
Joker, what are you doing in my home?
Well, this isn't the good old bats. Good to see you, Batman.
It's dark in here, but it could be darker.
Dark. That's the way I like it.
Oh, you're a crazy little fuck, aren't you?
Oh, children's show.
Hey, fuck the kids.
Wait, what?
No, I don't give a shit about the kids.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't care about kids either, Joker. All you
Of
care
course
about
I
is
do. My
playing
girlfriend's Harley Quinn.
I had your girlfriend last night in the bat cave. I was diving into her cave too.
What?
It was full of bats.
What do you mean?
Her pussy is full of bats, Joker.
I don't understand this one bit.
Yes, you do.
I've got to go now, Batman. No more language from you. I'm supposed to be the bad guy here.
You're right. Hey, what are you doing this weekend?
I don't know. Maybe we could hang out or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I got an extra ticket to Cirque du Soleil. They're coming to downtown Los Angeles to perform.
Will there be clowns there? I certainly hope so.
Oh, God damn it. That's really good, dude. He
Thanks,
is
man.
whimsical.
Yeah.
He's a whimsical psycho.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Jeremiah Watkins, everybody. Where can people find all your stuff?
I'm
them
at
there.
Jeremiah Stand Up on social media. If you want to come see me live, JeremiahWatkins.com for tour dates and tickets and all that stuff. And dude, thanks, brother, for having me on.
Fuck yeah,
Appreciate it.
dude.
Yeah,
Let's go shoot the Harry Potter thing sometime.
I'm down.
We'll write that up.
Oh,
and
I'm
we'll
down.
shoot it.
Heck
All right,
yeah.
cool. All right, bye, everybody. And that's it. That's the show. That's the episode. I hope you dug it. I hope you liked it. I hope your vibes are higher now than when they were when you started listening. VibeRosé.com will also help you raise your vibes. Use code VIBRATE with a Y at checkout for 30% off. Shop.earthechofoods.com/Brent for Cacao Bliss, your new favorite morning routine. And Newtopia.com/Brent for nootropics to give your brain a boost. All right? That's it, man. That's the vibe check. Everybody go see Top Gun. Have a good week. Bye-bye.